Convention can be seen here on WGAL at 10 o'clock again tonight.
And thank you to my colleagues.
Well, York Mayor Kim Bracey is going to be a Pennsylvania delegate to the Democratic National Convention. At a news conference in York's Continental Square, Bracey joined other delegates from the area who will be attending the convention in Charlotte, North Carolina, starting September 3rd. Bracey says the president will have to clearly define his economic strategy to win over undecided voters.
And I think the message needs to be clear that there needs to be a clear plan regarding our economic growth, where the jobs will be found, how we will be able to bring people into that fold and get them back to work.
Bracey says she is excited to represent the Democratic Party and the York community. Federal judges today blocked a voter ID law recently passed in Texas, saying it would unfairly restrict the voting rights of Black and Hispanic citizens. Pennsylvania lawmakers, as you know, also recently passed a voter ID law. 8 on Your Side government reporter Matt Belanger is staying on top of this issue for us.
That's right.
Is that going to mean anything for us?
Well, here, one of the big differences between Pennsylvania and Texas is, of course, segregation is part of Texas's history. And federal law actually requires that any change in state voting law in a state like Texas needs to be pre-approved or screened, if you will, by the federal Justice Department. So here's what's happening. The next stop for the Texas law, which the judge passed out today, is the United States Supreme Court, and it's unlikely that court will take up and rule on the law before Election Day. In Pennsylvania, federal pre-approval doesn't apply, and right now the voter ID law here remains in effect, meaning you'll need an approved ID to have your vote count on Election Day. But a challenge to Pennsylvania's law by voters and civil rights groups will be heard by the Pennsylvania Supreme Court next month. And the federal Justice Department, by the way, also happens to be looking into Pennsylvania's law. The agency has requested Pennsylvania's